For many Americans, retirement is no longer defined simply by leaving the workforce. It is increasingly defined by managing rising costs on a fixed or limited income. Many retirees spend years preparing for retirement. They contribute to retirement accounts, pay down debt, plan for healthcare coverage, and carefully estimate future expenses. Yet one challenge continues to surprise many households. The real cost of retirement is often higher than expected. Retirement expenses are not limited to housing, groceries, and utility bills. Retirees must also consider healthcare costs, insurance premiums, property taxes, home maintenance, transportation expenses, and unexpected financial events that may arise over time. Over the past several years, many of these costs have increased significantly. Even when inflation begins to slow, prices often remain at higher levels than before. As a result, many retirees continue to feel pressure on household budgets long after inflation headlines disappear from the news. One of the unique challenges of retirement is that income may become less flexible. Workers can sometimes increase earnings through promotions, overtime, or additional employment. Retirees often depend on a combination of Social Security benefits, pensions, savings, and retirement accounts. When expenses rise faster than income, even small increases can have a meaningful impact on long-term financial security. Healthcare provides a good example. Medical expenses often rise differently than general inflation. Insurance premiums, prescription drug costs, deductibles, copayments, and out-of-pocket expenses can create financial pressure that is difficult to predict years in advance. Housing can present similar challenges. Whether retirees own a home or rent, they may face rising property taxes, insurance costs, maintenance expenses, utilities, association fees, or rent increases. The result is that retirement planning is no longer simply about reaching retirement. It is about sustaining retirement. In this briefing, we will examine the major expenses that affect retirees, explore common areas where costs are frequently underestimated, and discuss practical steps that can help retirees prepare for the financial realities of retirement. Because understanding the real cost of retirement is often the first step toward protecting financial independence in the years ahead. Many retirees carefully estimate their major expenses before leaving the workforce. However, some of the most significant financial challenges in retirement often come from costs that are underestimated, overlooked, or simply more variable than expected. Healthcare is one of the most common examples. Even with Medicare coverage, retirees may still face premiums, deductibles, copayments, prescription drug costs, dental expenses, vision care, hearing-related expenses, and services that may not be fully covered by insurance. For many households, healthcare becomes one of the largest categories of retirement spending. Housing can also create unexpected financial pressure. Many retirees assume that paying off a mortgage will dramatically reduce housing costs. While eliminating a mortgage payment can certainly help, other expenses often continue to rise. Property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, repairs, utilities, and association fees can significantly affect retirement budgets. Home maintenance deserves particular attention. A roof replacement, HVAC repair, plumbing issue, appliance failure, or other major repair can create unexpected expenses that may not have been included in retirement projections. Insurance costs are another area that often surprises retirees. Auto insurance, homeowners insurance, supplemental healthcare coverage, and long-term care-related expenses may increase over time, particularly as risks and replacement costs change. Food and everyday living expenses can also have a meaningful impact. Small increases in grocery prices, restaurant costs, household supplies, and utility bills may appear manageable individually. However, over time, these increases can gradually reduce purchasing power and place pressure on fixed-income households. Transportation is another category frequently overlooked. Vehicle maintenance, fuel costs, insurance, registration fees, and eventual vehicle replacement can remain significant expenses long after retirement begins. The challenge is not necessarily any single expense. Rather, it is the cumulative effect of many expenses increasing simultaneously. Understanding where retirement dollars are most likely to be spent can help retirees build more realistic budgets and avoid unpleasant financial surprises in the years ahead. Because successful retirement planning often depends on preparing for costs that are easy to underestimate. Planners refer to as a retirement budget gap. A budget gap occurs when expenses increase faster than income over time. The gap may begin small and go unnoticed for years. However, as living costs continue to rise, the difference between income and expenses can gradually become more significant. Many retirees depend on a combination of Social Security benefits, pensions, retirement savings, and personal investments to support their lifestyle. While these income sources can provide important financial stability, they may not always increase at the same pace as healthcare costs, housing expenses, insurance premiums, and other essential spending categories. Inflation plays an important role in this challenge. Even modest annual increases can have a meaningful effect over a long retirement. A retiree who spends a certain amount each month today may require considerably more income years from now to maintain the same standard of living. Unexpected expenses can widen the budget gap even further. Major home repairs, vehicle replacement, medical procedures, family emergencies, or the need for additional care services can place sudden pressure on retirement finances. Many retirees also discover that spending patterns change throughout retirement. Travel, hobbies, healthcare needs, caregiving responsibilities, and lifestyle preferences may evolve over time. As a result, retirement budgets often require periodic adjustments rather than remaining fixed for decades. One useful strategy is to review expenses regularly and identify areas where spending has increased gradually over time. Small recurring costs can accumulate and become meaningful portions of a retirement budget. Emergency reserves can also play an important role. Having access to funds for unexpected expenses may help reduce the financial disruption caused by major repairs, medical events, or other unforeseen circumstances. The goal is not to predict every future expense perfectly. Rather, it is to recognize that retirement is a long-term financial journey that requires flexibility and periodic reassessment. Understanding the potential for a retirement budget gap can help retirees make informed decisions and better prepare for the financial realities that may emerge over time. Because awareness is often the first step toward maintaining financial stability throughout retirement, retirement costs is important, but understanding how to prepare for those costs may be even more valuable. While no retiree can predict every future expense, there are practical steps that can help improve financial readiness and reduce the likelihood of unpleasant surprises. One useful starting point is to review household spending on a regular basis. Many expenses increase gradually over time, making them difficult to notice from month to month. Periodic reviews can help retirees identify changing spending patterns and make adjustments before small increases become larger financial challenges. Healthcare planning remains particularly important. Retirees may benefit from understanding Medicare options, reviewing insurance coverage regularly, evaluating prescription drug costs, and preparing for the possibility that healthcare expenses may increase as they age. Housing deserves similar attention. Routine maintenance, property taxes, insurance premiums, utilities, and potential home modifications should all be considered as part of long-term retirement planning. Many retirees also find value in maintaining emergency reserves. Unexpected expenses such as major repairs, vehicle replacement, medical events, or family emergencies can occur at any stage of retirement. Having accessible funds available for these situations may help reduce financial stress when unexpected events arise. Planning is not limited to finances alone. Retirees may also wish to review important legal and family-related documents periodically. Wills, trusts, beneficiary designations, powers of attorney, healthcare directives, and other planning documents should be reviewed to ensure they continue to reflect current wishes and circumstances. Another important step is maintaining flexibility. Retirement is not a single event. It is a phase of life that may last decades. Financial conditions, healthcare needs, family situations, and personal priorities can all change over time. The goal is not to create a perfect retirement plan that never changes. The goal is to develop a retirement strategy that can adapt as circumstances evolve. The real cost of retirement extends beyond dollars and cents. It includes the ability to maintain independence, manage uncertainty, and preserve quality of life throughout the years ahead. At the Retirement Briefing, our mission is to help you better understand the financial, healthcare, and life planning issues that shape retirement, so that you can make informed decisions with confidence. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Retirement Briefing.